Your cat does it every single time. You get up, you walk to the bathroom, you close the door, and within seconds, you hear it. That little paw scratching at the door. The soft meow. Maybe they just sit there, staring at the gap underneath like they're sending you a message in code. You've laughed at it. You've found it weird. You've probably even Googled it at 2 a.m. But what if it's not quirky? What if it's not just a cat thing? What if your cat is trying to tell you something? Something they've been trying to communicate for years, and you've just never known how to listen? Here's what most cat owners never find out. That bathroom behavior? It's not random. It's not needy. And it is definitely not clingy in the way you think. What your cat is doing in those moments is one of the most emotionally loaded things they will ever do for you. And once you understand the real reason, the psychological, instinctual, deeply emotional reason, you will never look at your cat the same way again. Most people spend years living with their cats and never crack this. They think they know their cat. They think they understand the meows, the headbutts, the slow blinks. But this is the behavior that reveals everything. So let's go deep. Because by the end of this video, you're not just going to understand your cat better. You're going to feel it. 1. Your cat thinks you're vulnerable, and they want to protect you. Here's the part most people don't realize. In the wild, cats are both predator and prey. That instinct never leaves them. Not even after thousands of years of domestic life. Not even after cozy beds and expensive kibble. When you go into the bathroom, you disappear behind a closed door. You're alone. You're in a small space. You're not visible to the rest of the world. From your cat's perspective, you just made yourself vulnerable. Think about it from their instincts. In nature, being alone, behind a barrier, unable to escape quickly, that's dangerous. That's exactly the kind of situation where a predator could strike. Your cat knows this. Not intellectually, but instinctually, deep in their bones. So they follow you. They sit outside the door. They scratch and meow. Because they are standing guard. They are protecting you. That little creature who weighs maybe 10 pounds. They're posted up outside your bathroom door like a tiny, fluffy bodyguard who takes their job very, very seriously. What this really means is, your cat doesn't just love you. They feel responsible for you. And that changes everything. 2. You are part of their social group, and they don't do separation. Cats have a reputation for being independent, solitary, emotionally unavailable. That reputation is wrong. Here's the truth. In feral cat colonies, cats who are bonded to each other, family members, close companions, they don't like separation. They groom each other. They sleep in contact. They stay close. Not because they have to, because they want to. And here's where it gets interesting. When your cat follows you to the bathroom, they're treating you exactly the way they would treat a bonded member of their colony. You are not their owner to them. You are not even just their human. You are their person, their family, their safe space in fur form. The bathroom door breaks that proximity. And for a cat who has emotionally attached to you, that brief separation, even 30 seconds, can feel like a rupture. So they close the gap. Every single time. That scratching at the door isn't neediness. It's loyalty. 3. They're following your routine because your routine is their security. Cats are creatures of pattern. This is not a small thing. This is everything to them. Your daily routine. When you wake up, when you feed them, when you sit on the couch, when you go to bed, it's not just background noise in their life. It is the framework that makes them feel safe. And you're the anchor of that framework. When you move, they track you. Not obsessively, not anxiously, protectively, curiously, devotionally. The bathroom is just one stop in the journey of your day. And your cat is following the map of you. Here's the part most people don't realize. When your cat follows your routine, they're not being dependent. They're participating in your life. They're saying, I want to be where you are. I want to know you're okay. I want to be part of whatever this is. There's a word for that in human relationships. We call it presence. Your cat is choosing to be present with you. Every single day, even in the most mundane moments. Especially in the most mundane moments. 4. The closed door is a psychological wall, and it confuses them deeply. Okay, this one is fascinating, and a little heartbreaking once you see it. Cats, by nature, have free movement in their territory. They patrol. They explore. They know every inch of their space. When you close the bathroom door, you've done something deeply unnatural in their world. You've created a barrier inside the home, inside their safe territory. From a cat's perspective, a closed door inside the home doesn't compute. It's not how their world is supposed to work. There should be no locked rooms in a safe space. There should be no secrets from the ones you trust. But here's where it gets interesting. It's not just about access. It's about you. The moment that door closes, your cat can no longer see you, smell you clearly, or hear your movement. You've essentially disappeared. And in the emotional brain of a cat who loves you, that's not just inconvenient. That's alarming. So they do the only thing they can. They wait. They call out. They press their paw under the door because even that small connection, that tiny sliver of contact, is better than nothing. Sound familiar? If you've ever reached out to someone just to feel connected, even in a small way, congratulations. You've experienced exactly what your cat feels every time you close that door. 5. They're reading your emotional state, even in the bathroom. This is the one that will genuinely surprise you. Cats are emotional mirrors. This is backed by real behavioral science. They read microexpressions. They detect changes in body language. They respond to shifts in your breathing, your posture, your tone. They are constantly monitoring how you feel. And here's what that means for the bathroom situation. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes, your cat follows you not just out of habit or loyalty. They follow you because something in you changed. Maybe you're stressed. Maybe you just got off a hard call. Maybe you're sad and you haven't cried yet, but your body already knows. Your cat picks up on that long before you've processed it yourself. And they follow you because they want to be near you when whatever that thing is surfaces. Think about the times your cat has been particularly persistent at the bathroom door. Were you going through something? Was that a harder week? Were you holding more than usual? I'd bet money the answer is yes. Your cat isn't just following your body. They're following your energy. And they don't want you to be alone with it. 6. It's a trust behavior. And it's one of the highest honors a cat can give you. Here's something most people never consider. Cats don't follow just anyone. In multi-pet households, research has shown that cats overwhelmingly follow the person they feel most bonded to. Not the one who feeds them most. Not the one who plays with them most. The one they trust most. Following you into vulnerable spaces, the bathroom, the bedroom, a quiet corner of the house, is an act of trust that goes both ways in the cat's mind. They trust you enough to be near you in their own vulnerable moments. And they want to extend that safety back to you. This isn't random. Cats don't perform this behavior with people they're neutral about. If your cat follows you, specifically you, consistently, that is a statement. It's not a statement made in words. Cats don't have words. But it's a statement that says, out of everyone in this world, you are my person. That is not a small thing. That is one of the most genuine expressions of love an animal can offer. No agenda, no performance, just quiet, persistent, paw under the door devotion. We spend so much time trying to decode cats. Are they happy? Do they love us? Do they even notice when we're gone? And the answer has been right there. Every morning, every night, every time you've tried to get 5 minutes alone and found a small furry shadow on the other side of the door. Your cat notices everything about you. They notice when you're sad before you do. They notice when your routine shifts. They notice when you need protecting, even from nothing, even from silence, even from a closed door. And they show up, every single time, without fail. No one asked them to. No one trained them to. They do it because somewhere in the deep, instinctual, emotional core of who they are, you matter. You are not just their food source. You are not just their shelter. You are home to them. And home is worth following. Home is worth scratching at the door for. Home is worth waiting outside of, even when the door doesn't open for a while. 7. Warning the serious side. When this behavior becomes a warning sign. Now here's the final point. And I need you to pay attention to this one. Everything we've talked about, the loyalty, the protection, the trust, all of that is healthy. Beautiful even. But sometimes, the bathroom following behavior shifts. And when it does, it's your cat trying to tell you something different. If your cat's following becomes frantic, if they're not just curious but panicked when you close the door, that can be a sign of separation anxiety. Real, clinical anxiety that affects their quality of life and their physical health. Cats with severe separation anxiety can stop eating. They can overgroom to the point of hair loss. They can develop urinary issues from the chronic stress. If your cat is vocalizing excessively, destructive when you're away, or showing changes in appetite alongside this behavior, please don't dismiss it as just a cat thing. Talk to your vet. Look into behavioral support. Because the same love that makes this behavior beautiful can become painful if your cat doesn't have the tools to cope with separation. You following up on that? That's you protecting them, the same way they protect you. So the next time you hear that little scratch on the bathroom door, that tiny meow from the other side, that patient, persistent presence just waiting for you to come back, don't laugh it off. Don't call it weird. Don't shoo them away. Look at them. Really look at them. Because what you're seeing isn't clinginess. It's not a quirk. It's not some bizarre cat instinct with no meaning. What you're seeing is love. Raw, instinctual, unconditional love from a creature who chose you without language, without reason, without expectation of anything in return. They just know. Out of everyone. Out of every person in every place in the world. You are theirs. And every scratch at that door, every soft meow through the wall, every paw pressed under the gap, is your cat's quiet, daily way of saying the only thing they know how to say. I'm here. You're safe. Come back soon. You are not just their owner. You are not just their human. You are home. Speech balloon, tell me in the comments. Does your cat follow you to the bathroom? How long have they been doing it? I read every single one.